Okay, let's see what we got going on. Running, running, running. Wow. How you doing? Frankie Russo coming at you straight out of Brooklyn. So, how's everybody doing? That's crazy. Wow. That's crazy, bro. Seriously, Thomas? That's insane. What up, champ? That's insane, bro. Wow. That's crazy. Wow, champ. That's insane, man. Wow. That's insane, bro. Wow. I'm like, that's crazy, Tomas. That's crazy, bro. Wow. That's insane. Wow. I'm just like blown away, bro. I'm blown away. How is it, champ? Crazy. Wow. You know something, Tomas? Trump is still going to win. Even if that book's coming out next week. Oh, gotcha, champ. If that book coming out next week, Trump's still going to win. I'm telling you, bro. Trump's still winning. And is it true that Hillary... Never. Never, Tomas. I will never get off the Trump train. He's the last American standing. That's it. It's going to be a landslide. It's going to be bigger than 16, champ. You're right. President Trump is the last American standing. This is it. This is the most important election in our lifetime. I can't believe that cat. I don't know much about him. That guy, I know he has a following. I'm floored. I'm floored. I know he has a following. I'm floored. Tomas, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I don't care. His policies. I never met the cat. I never met President Trump. I don't care. His policies are the reasons why I've supported him since I was at ABC. And I've been broadcasting recently back at ABC for the last 2 weeks. I'll be back here this coming Saturday. And he's the reasons why. America first. And you can say what you want, right? Does it matter, Thomas? What do you want? I mean, seriously, why are you getting personal with me like this? Why? Does it matter? I got to answer all these questions? I mean, who are you? I mean, Trump 2020, Trump's winning. I have soft hands. Oh my goodness. Yeah? I can lace him up, son. I'm a I'm a damn good athlete. I can lace him up, kid. But anyway, so that you just blew me away with that thing. Unbelievable. No, I don't. Does that mean anything? I mean, I have, my family has an insurance business and we get insurance for construction companies, you know? All right, Levi. I guess so, Jonesy. Don't get fruity on me now, please. Don't get light in the nights. It's okay. Right, Chip? Don't get light in the nights. It's okay. Don't get light in the nights. Unbelievable. But anyway, nah. Just we deal with the construction industry and I help with the electronic documents. Jones, you sound like something like that. Yeah, yeah. But there is a program called Builder's Risk. Yes, there is. Jack 2? Get out of here, son. Yo, Jack P? Get out of here. I'm telling you, Trump is winning, son. Trump is winning. If Trump goes through with the book next week, he will. They're going to joust. They're going to joust with Trump till November 3rd. Trump's going to win. Trump's going to live through it. I'm telling you, he's going to survive it, and he's going to win. I ain't joking. No way. I love my country, and the vectors don't lie, son. Wow, that's crazy, champ. Wow, that's insane. Is it true Hillary Clinton is raising money for Biden? Because she was squeezing the best president since Reagan, Donald John Trump. Wow, champ, so let me ask you a question. Is Hillary Clinton raising money for Biden? Because that just reinforces what we've been saying, that she's going to be the Veep. She was squeezing Brazil, right? So she was squeezing Brazil in 16. No, in 18, I think. Wait. She was squeezing Brazil in 16, right? Yo, Joe, hey, whatever, bro. It's cool. You know, we're Saturday Night Live meets the Vectors. That's what we are. Were you on The Sopranos? Great show. I'm telling you, champ, Brazil admitted. I'm so confused politically? No, I'm not. Son, I'm a straight shooter, son. I go straight. Love me or hate me, you know where I stand. I'm the love me, hate me kid from Brooklyn. I go straight ahead. I got vectors. I have a method to my reasoning, and that's it. We could joust. You show me where I'm wrong, and we'll talk. You know? Besides that, Donald John Trump is the last American standing, and he's got my all the way. I don't care if they got. We didn't elect, right, champ? We did not elect. I'll be here, Tomas. I'm Frankie Russo, son. I'm the love me, hate me kid from Brooklyn. You're a crazy dude. Hey, Jonesy, listen, son, okay? I'm blown away right now. I was coming in. I was going to hang out. I got my water. I got this 5G thing I'm looking at. I wanted to talk about it. Exactly, champ. What up, Justin? I'm like, this is crazy. So we got two broadcasters that got a following. These cats got following. Where you from, Josie? Bro. You live in America? Bro. Oh, come on, man. Tomas, please. One or two things. Either you're a federale that wants to break my chops, it's okay. You could be a federale and you want to break my chops, it's okay. Or you're from the DNC, you want to break my chops, it's okay. It's okay, bro. I got big shoulders, son. Really? Wow. What rats, champ? The rats are coming out, right? They smell a little blood in the water, maybe? I'm from the outside looking in, son. I'm on my couch. And Jonesy, Russo is close. I'm close. I don't want to know nobody. Those CIA, FBI, you're from Scotland? Wow. Those CIA. I'm telling you, Joe's, I'm on my mom's couch. My mom's. Please, Tomas, and if you're going to write it right. You're on, right? Not your. Come on, do it right. Right? It's crazy. And now Hillary Clinton's raising money for Biden. She's not doing that to give it. Oh, right, Tomas. She's not doing that to give it to somebody else. That Veep spot is hers. She's raising money for Biden. That Veep spot is hers. She wants revenge. Jonesy, Hillary Clinton wants revenge. That they're all, it's so ironic how the criminals have taken a moral, they believe they control the moral compass over Trump. I'm on a girly poodle cooch. Oh, come on, bro. Couch, cooch. I like the cooch. Right, right, Joe, right, Josie. Yeah. I got a puppy. It's a. Oh my God, this dog is crazy. With gold trim, I like to. They got, it's got a trim. It's got to be clean. It's got to be clean. I tell them take a shower. I used to take a shower. Take a shower. I'm a nice guy. I'm a Christian man. I don't run around, but I could if I want. I don't. I could. I'm a good man. I'm God's gonna bless me with a beautiful wife, and that's it. I'm done. That's it. But anyway, hey, listen. Like I said, we didn't elect a priest. We elected a warrior. He can have 5 Stormy Daniels. He can have freaking chicks. Because I know Trump likes his girls hot. Probably, champ, right? Like, do you believe Obama's got 3 names? Obama's got 3 names, multiple social security numbers, 3 daddies, 3 birthplaces. His wife is swinging a sledgehammer. No, the kids aren't his. Right, champ? And Malik Obama Malik Obama said, yo, here's his birth certificate. Here's his Kenyan birth certificate. Jones, there's only one president here, and that's Donald John Trump. The rest of them are fugazis. Okay, that's it. And Malik Obama said, here's the Kenyan birth certificate. And then he says, listen, I don't even know if he's my half brother, let alone my brother. And they were both best men at their weddings. Obama's he's a fraud. Right, champ? We got a lot of trolls in the room. It's okay. I'm having fun with them. Yeah, it's true, though. Come on, Josie. You ain't got to piss in my ear and tell me it's raining outside, bro. This is Operation Ace of Spades. Thank you, Joel Osteen. There's reasons why. I'm still trying to. I'm working on it, Joel. Thank you for the retweets, my brother, Joel Osteen. I never said that. Trump is the best, first of all. That's right, right? Right, Joel? If you don't vote for Biden, you ain't black. Right, champ? Are you a betting man? Yo, listen to me. Who said that? Okay, let me see how good you are. Who said, listen to me? Who says that? A sports figure. One of my favorite fighters of all time. He's one of like my top 1 and 2. Roberto Duran's and this other guy. Roberto Duran. Manos de Piedra is my one and the other guy. Who said, listen to me? Tyson Fury. Right, because he's a white boy. Oh! You all set me off tonight, bro. Ali. There you go, champ. Ali. What up, Joel? What up, Mike? We got the trolls in here. Right, Joel? We got the trolls in here. They're trolling like forget it. Oh. Was Ali from America? Come on. Okay, champ. He did win a gold medal for the United States in the Olympics, and he didn't have to do that. I agree. He didn't have to take. Ali was born in Kentucky, bro. Son, Duran was born in Panama. Duran's one of my favorite fighters. Him and Ali. Duran was born in Panama. Oh, Lord have mercy. Muhammad was born in Louisville, Kentucky. I'm telling you, champ. Now, he didn't have to do that. I agree with you. He didn't have to do that. He could have went into the military, and he would have been there for as a morale like they did with Joe Louis. But you tap dance more than Sugar Ray. Whoa, Sugar Ray. You're talking about arguably. Ali was American. He was in the Olympics in '60. He won a gold medal. He was at 18 years old. He's one of the youngest. Mayweather's a good fight. Mayweather's the best fighter today, but he's not a TBE like he says. No, he's about. Hey, I like Money May. I tip my cap to him. Dedicated athlete, tremendous condition. 12 rounds though. 12 rounds. 12 rounds, please. 12 rounds, please. 12 rounds. He could do 15, no doubt. He needs somebody that's going to come. That'd be a great fight with offense. You're right, Jones. He needs like a Ray Leonard. A Ray Leonard versus him would be a great fight. He's a great. You can't take anything. You can't take it with Mayweather. Mayweather. I'm an old school guy, right? I like Leonard, Hearns, Duran's my favorite. Hagler. I seen these guys, right? Ali, Tyson was an animal, right? Manny couldn't hang? I don't know, man. Now, Manny couldn't hang? Jack Johnson, right? I mean, come on, right? Jack Johnson, that's what, he's the first black heavyweight champ. Now, Colin Kaepernick is no Jack Johnson, right? He's a millionaire. All these young athletes, I tip my cap to them. They're living the dream. You're not Jack Johnson, right? Mayweather. Okay, champ, you're right. Marciano. Okay, to me, okay, The Rock, right? Before I get to The Rock, let's just say this for a second, all right? See, this is my beef, because I have the world of respect for these young athletes, the NFL players, the NBA, and I love, my baseball. I love baseball. I love American football, and I love international football. I love sports, right? The thing about it, what bothers me is, look at Pat Mahomes. Pat Mahomes is getting, now I'm not hating on the kid, but the kid's getting $503 million to quarterback in the NFL. Why aren't you saying, thank you, America, for the greatest country on the planet? You're not Jack Johnson. You're not Jack Johnson, bro. Jack Johnson was running for his life. You're not Jack Johnson, right? 1870s, there were lynching cats over there then. Right, Joe? There's suppression everywhere. Systemic racism. Pat Mahomes is getting $503 million. It's pathetic. This is a joke. You should be tipping your cap. Have a blessed one, Jones. You should be tipping your cap and say, thank you, Jesus. You too, my brother. Stay safe. You should be tipping your cap and saying, thank you, Jesus, for the blessing. $503 million to play football. Are you serious? $503 million. Quarterback in the NFL. And you're knocking America? Stand for the national anthem. Exactly, Joel. Stand for the national anthem. Break. The greatest country on the planet. These people are a joke. An absolute joke. Did you see? You guys got me into another subject because I was going to get into the 5G. Maybe we'll do it later. Did you see that? I was getting to the 5G. I found a really interesting documents on 5G. 180 scientists claim that the health risks of 5G. They didn't correlate the 5G with the coronavirus, But bro, I'm not saying it's true. I'm not saying it's true. I don't know. I'm not a medical doctor. I'm not I'm an amateur scientist. One day I'll be a full-fledged one. But this is crazy, bro. This is absolutely insane. So I got this thing. It's really 180 scientists. 2G, 3G, 4G, 5G. Crazy. I'm still working on, Joel, I'm still working on Mandalay Bay and the Saudi military. Trying to get them at the shooting. I don't have them there yet. It's crazy. Buccaneers, there's a wide receiver on the Philadelphia Eagles, Deshaun Jackson, spewing Jew hatred like beyond belief. I didn't know what I was saying. You got to hear what this guy wrote. Then they got old tweets of him on the Nation of Islam, Louis Farrakhan. Hatred. This is what I'm saying. I'm right. I'm telling you, we're close. Black Lives Matter, Antifa. The PA, the Palestinian Authority, Hamas, has hijacked the Black Congressional Caucus. I'm sorry. Pat Mahomes is making $503 million. Are you kidding me? Like, seriously. This is insane. The BLM, Black Lives Matter Manifesto, anti-Jew, anti-America. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Congressman Omar, Congressman Tlaib, Keith Ellison, Adrian Carson, Louis Farrakhan, Maxine Waters. That's our crew. The Martin Luther King side of this thing is different. It's Christian. Unbelievable. And this thing with Pat Mahomes, he's a great quarterback. $503 million. I'm blown away. Shanahan's son blew that Super Bowl, by the way. Shanahan's son blew that Super Bowl. I tell you, Mike, this name changing is a joke. Keep the skins. What up, War? Keep the skins, man. This is crazy. Dale Snyder should stick to it. Keep the skins. Don't become a capitulator because you get a little pressure. Keep the skins. This is ridiculous. This is not 200 years ago. Keep the skins. Absolutely, Mike. Hey, the counter tray, my favorite offense. And I'm a Giant fan. The counter tray. The skins made it famous. With Ringo. The counter tray. It is ridiculous, War. Could you imagine, Buccaneers? What a joke. What a freaking joke. I heard is that crazy? The Cleveland Indians. What is this? And we talk about this all the time. We talk about indigenous people. Christopher Columbus. He was from Italia, and he sailed under the Spanish flag. Remember we talk about Margarita Island off the coast of Caracas, Venezuela? Christopher Columbus was the first European to hit Margarita Island. Margarita Island was under the Spanish crown, their control. Exactly. They're ridiculous, right? Dixie chicks, they call themselves chicks now. They are so, that was the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life. What's wrong with Dixie? Come on, man. Please. Ridiculous. You got to stand, I mean, come on, man. You know what's really crazy, Mike? You know what's really crazy? They equate all these symbols to SWAT stickers. To SWAT stickers. That's what they equate this to. Right, champ? Right, Dixie Cups, right? They equate all this stuff to SWAT stickers. Right? Did you see some of the footage Because what's amazing, what Hitler did was so horrific, unconscionable. But they got a lot of video, a lot of visual footage on what went down in Germany in that era. The real, absolutely, champ. I'm down with you, my bro. And you got to see the footage that came out of World War II and the concentration camps over there in World War II. Now that SWAT sticker is a lot different. Is a lot different. That SWAT sticker. That's what I'm saying. The poor in America would be middle class in a lot of these countries. The poor in America have cell phones, have iPhones. It's true. It's crazy. This is crazy. You know what they complain about? They don't have Bentleys. That's really what the poor is complaining about. They don't care. A lot of these people, unfortunately, that are protesting and that are against the system, is they want Bentleys. They want the Bentley. They see some wealthy white people with Bentleys or whatever. They want that lifestyle. They want the Bentley. They want that. This is crazy. Go out and do it like everybody else has. Wait, so what? You're a Yankee. What does it matter to you? What are you talking about now? Listen to me. Exactly, right? They think everybody that's got dough stole it. I know a lot of people that are living the dream money-wise, and they work their tails off, right? Who cares? I don't care about the rebel flag. I really don't care. It doesn't. Who cares? That was a time in our history. It's crazy, Mike, right? Right, War? It's crazy. It's really insane when you really think about it. It's really insane. The SWAT sticker. Now that thing is. What up, Porky? How you doing, my brother? The SWAT sticker went on to Germany. Now that stuff is real. That's like what Omar al-Bashir was doing. NASCAR's they're a joke. These corporations, War, are a joke. Unbelievable. Now the SWAT sticker, where they were putting Jews in ovens, the concentration camps. And who cares? I really don't care. The rebel flag, the Confederate flag, fly it. I really don't care. Fly it. You're entitled to it. Fly it. Right? So what they're doing basically, I mean, this is ridiculous. Joe, what's poppin', Joe? I'm just like, this is crazy, man. Insane. So I found this interesting article, document. Hey, bro, there's racism. You could say there's racism everywhere. Racism in all cultures, inside of all cultures, inside of white cultures, inside of black cultures, inside of Hispanic cultures, inside of Asian cultures. There's racism everywhere. So, I mean, who cares? You know what I mean? Absolutely, Porky. They're going to joust with Trump till November 3rd. Trump's going to win. And it's going to be big. Exactly, War. Exactly. Our sports, right? Our sports are not supposed to. Right, Joe? Pat Mahomes, the Super Bowl quarterback, I think he won MVP. Right? He's going to win by a landslide, Trump. They're going to joust with Trump. They're coming out with a book next week. They're going to really look to. You think the Chinese hate? I don't think that's ridiculous. How could you say that? The Chinese hate black people. I don't think that's the case. Right? The Mary Tarver, that book may. Hey, it's crazy, right? Pat Mahomes is making $500 million. It's crazy. It's crazy. Porky, I get along with everybody. I have my Hispanic brothers from Puerto Rico, Hispanic brothers from DR. Oh my God. I had to say, I'm out of here. They were going back and forth in Espanol. It was crazy. I said, I have to go. It was crazy, the stuff they were saying to each other. Some of the best in the world, Joe. I hear my brother. I was like, yo, Porky. I was like, I'm out of here. I hear you, my brother. Absolutely, Porky. Absolutely. I'm like, I have a friend from PR and a friend from DR, and they're friends. I hear it's beautiful there. It, it's right on the Caribbean. How can it not be, right, champ? It's got to be beautiful. So, and they're friends. Puerto Rico and DR, Dominican Republic. They're friends. You got to hear them talk to each other. The stuff that and then I'm like, I'm out of here. It was crazy. I mean, they both were laughing or whatever, but it was crazy. I don't want to get into that stuff, because then people, take it out of context, and before you know it, you're in something that, right? Even blue people, right, Porky? Oh, you did, champ? That's what I'm talking about. I was like, son, yo, I'm out of here. This one's saying this in Espanol. They're going back and forth. And I understood. I didn't understand everything, but I understood some of it, and it was getting heated a little bit. I said, I gotta go. I'm not gonna get in the middle of this thing, and then forget about it. It's dicey, right? This is crazy. This is crazy. Go live your life. Go create your wealth. Go make your way. Go live your dream. Papa Smurf is a friend, right, Porky? So, Porky, Trump's got Florida on lock? Porky, what's the consensus? Trump's got Florida on lockdown? Does Trump have Florida on lockdown? Okay. So, if Trump has Florida on lockdown, no? I thought you said Trump has Florida, it's a lock. Because I know the Hispanic vote is going to be up for Trump. I know that. Don't ask me how I know. I know. What? I forget. Danny Bob. What a movie! Oh my God, Joe! What a freaking movie! Al Pacino. Let me tell you something. That guy. I don't know. If he's involved. Like they do. Right. That's how he's gonna. Of course. That's how. How do you know? Listen to me. How do you know? You sound like Trump's winning. Exactly. Florida. As long as Trump wins Florida. Yeah, he's amazing. He had an amazing career, Pacino. Amazing career. Is he's probably a big time lefty, I bet. So what does that mean? Listen to me. You're from Arizona. Here. Let me get this. According to Helmut Northrop. Let me get this guy, Helmut. I had this whole thing I was going to do tonight. But with the Saudi military, I'm still working on that. And I got this thing with the 5G. Helmut Northbith. I don't know. Good question. According to primarymodel.com, forecasting presidential elections since 1912. 91 to 95% chance Trump will be reelected. I got Trump at an 85% chance. I dreamt it. Okay. My artificial intelligence is myself. I don't have a probability forecast model yet. I'm working on it. I dreamt that Trump, 85% chance of winning. This guy, Helmut Northup, has got a 91 to 95% chance of Trump being reelected. So the primary model gives President Trump a 95% chance of winning a possible matchup with Democrat Joe Biden in November, based on primary performance in New Hampshire, South Carolina, plus the first term electoral benefit. Trump would get 362 electoral votes. Biden would get 176. It's in a possible matchup. Wow, I had with Bernie Sanders, Trump's got a 95% chance. These predictions come from primarymodel.com. Well, whatever the joust is, if it's this chick Maxwell, right, Porky? Right? Absolutely. Oh, man. I'll be on the scope the next day. You got me wearing a red sock? Oh, my God. And what are you going to do? Okay, what are you going to do? Polls are absolutely, Porky. Dring. It's huge, right, Chip? Of course, the methodologies are off. The way the random sample, the way the random where are you from? Listen to me. Who said listen to me? What athlete said listen to me? Listen to me. Who said that? Listen to me. Not true. I don't believe it, Drake. I don't believe Trump is. I don't believe it. I just think Trump's probably, maybe Trump's got 5 or 6 or 7 Stormy Daniels in his closet. I really don't care. We didn't elect a priest. We elected a warrior. Ali, there you go. Exactly, champ. So it is a statistical model that relies on presidential primaries and an election cycle as predictors of the vote in the general election. You're probably right, Joel. That's all it says, right? This year, the model has been calibrated to predict the electoral college vote. Right, champ? He likes hot women. Look at his wife. There you go, right, Porky? We didn't elect a priest. We elected a warrior. So that's it. He's the last American standing. They're going to joust. Things will come out. I really don't care. I'm voting for Trump. I'm voting Trump. Trump 2020 all the way. Hashtag. Winning the early primaries is a major key for electoral victory in November. On the Democratic side, Biden and Bernie Sanders split the primaries in New Hampshire and South Carolina. There you go, champ models, right? So while the Republican primary in New Hampshire, well, Trump handily won. I mean, he broke records with his numbers in the primaries this year. Trump broke records. Nobody's talking about that either, right, Mike? Trump's numbers were larger than Obama's in his in 2012 Obama's primary season. Trump blew away Obama's numbers, blew them away. What favors Trump in 2020, as well as the cycle of presidential elections operating for nearly 200 years, as illustrated by the snapshot since '60. After one term in the White House, the incumbent party is favored to win re-election, unlike the situation when it has held office for 2 or more terms. What's that, Porky? So the only president, the only president, the only president to lose after the first term. He was so bad. He was hanging out with the Islamists. I'm telling you, Porky, right? Jimmy Carter. Jimmy Carter. And they say after 2 terms or more. So, like, for example, this is interesting. So, for example, like in 92, right? Right, champ? But don't be shocked. I think he had 2 aneurysms, 2 brain aneurysms. He had 2 surgery. He had 2 aneurysms in his brain. He had some serious brain surgery at one point in his life, Joe Biden. Very serious. He had 2 brain aneurysms, I think. I saw at least one. I think it was 2. It's crazy. But you know what this guy says? Interesting. He says after 2 terms or more, the likelihood of winning isn't very good. And he points to so it went from Reagan 76, Reagan 80, and then 84 was HW. And this is where, really, I wouldn't be surprised. This is where it gets crazy when you got, they had the deep state, the CIA, FBI nexus, James Comey and company in 92. Well, there's some truth there. But in 92, they don't. True. In China, what do you say? They gave him. Thank you, Jason. God bless you. So what did they do? They gave. Right, Porky? Come on, 757. Show some respect for the president, bro. I'm letting you in the room. Right? Who cares? China's trying to interfere with our election, right? Who cares? This is a joke. So James Comey, what did he get? He got founder stock in Yahweh? He got some founder stock in Yahweh? And he promised that chick Ming, hey, Katie, how are you? Good, how are you? Are you a bot or are you real? Right? Oh, come on. Stop. Shows respect for minorities. Stop. Really? That's a beautiful thing. Right, Joe? Yo, Porky. Really? She's 100% real, she said. Wow. Katie's 100% real. So, exactly, Porky. So we got 92. There you go, champ, right? 92. Ross Perot, right, was running for president against, in a nutshell, why not? I'm telling you, Katie. 100%. Katie G. Where you from, Katie? Where do you hail from, girl? We like the ladies over here. Nice. West Virginia, that's what I'm talking about. So, Ross Perot was the insurance policy for the deep state. They had an FBI informant inside his campaign. and basically he assured Bill Clinton's victory. That's what I'm talking about, Katie. See, Katie comes in bringing the thunder. I'm telling you, Joel. So nothing. Yo, he could have 5 Stormy Daniels. He could have girlfriends in each state. God bless you, Katie. We didn't elect a priest. We elected a warrior, right? Right, champ? He could be dropping, where would Donald John Trump, when I was at ABC, coming down the escalator? He's the last American standing. This is the most important election in our lifetime. This is it. We could really set back the Democrats with a major Trump landslide over here. Oh, my God. The Trump coattails is going to be slick. Sick. Slick. I meant sick. Yo, and we got... Hey, listen. I hope he grabs a... Thank God he grabs him by the... Right? Yo, Katie, thank God he grabs her by the... thank God. It's not anything else. I'd be disappointed. Yo, if it was anything else, I'd be disappointed, honey. I'm sorry. I don't know how Obama does it, right? Baby girl's swinging a sledgehammer. Oh, my goodness. You guys got me. Right, Katie? In today's world, right, Porky? Obama's got 3 daddies, 3 birthplaces, right? Hey, what else? Multiple Social Security numbers. Wife is swinging a sledgehammer. Those kids aren't his, right? And nobody says anything. It's okay. What is he really hiding, right? Barry Soetoro, Barry Sabakwa, Operation Ace of Spades, man. Whoa. Obama is... And 2 things. Right, Joel? 1, the reason for the Obama. Right, 3 daddy. My daddy's not here, son. My daddy's in the other world with the grace of God. Porky. Obama's got 3 daddies. A training. Oh, my God. I mean, you can't make this stuff up. Right, Jason? You can't make this stuff up. Operation Ace of Spades, the Obama presidency, they gave him a birth certificate. They gave him a life. They gave him a tranny wife. Man of the Rosary, right, Joe? Malik Obama, his half-brother, tweeted his Kenyan birth certificate and said he doesn't think that he's his real brother. Malik Obama. So Operation Ace of Spades. Why? The server in Hillary Clinton's basement. They ran an intelligence agency outside of the U.S. government network. And I have 3 daddies. I got 1 daddy, son. Come on. And Islam money. Oh, my God. The deep state, the CIA, is Maxwell still alive? I heard that's Clinton's side piece, I heard that, not Hillary. I didn't mean Hillary. I know she straps it on. I'm talking about Bill. I think that's Bill's side piece. That's what I think. You're probably right. Maybe they did when he came back. When he came in from Indonesia. Oh, come on, 757. You sound like a snowflake. Oh, I'm telling you, we got off the rails. So I was reading on this thing. The primary model, which predicts a 91 to 95% chance of Trump winning, with slight modifications, has correctly predicted the winner of all but one of presidential elections since it was introduced in 96. God bless you, Mike. Nah, Secretary of State. Hill wants Veep. Right, Porky? Michael Michelle swinging a freaking sledgehammer. Baby girl swinging a sledgehammer. Who the hell are the bombers? Why not? Operation Sledgehammer. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Champ. Oh, that's too funny. I'm dying over here. Operation Sledgehammer. Bro, who are the bombers? Right? If she's a tranny, who knows what he is, right? What are those kids? It was a CIA, FBI creation. I'm gonna Operation Sledgehammer. Thank you, Joel. It's crazy. So it predicted Al Gore in 2000, who lost the electoral vote through winning the popular vote. In recent elections, the forecast has been issued as early as January and no later than March of the election year. There you go, Katie. Tell them. Katie from West Virginia, tell them, girl. Presidential elections going far back as 1912 are used to estimate the weight of primary performance. I think, is he definitely running? Oh, how it is? You don't tell it like it is? You tell it how it is? What's the difference? Exactly, Joel. Joan Rivers was the best. Right, Jason Porky? So, I agree. It's crazy, Mike. She is going to be his Veep. I think there's a very good chance that Hillary Clinton's the Veep. She's fundraising for him. Oh, you glad you found me? Really? Oh, really? Okay, Miss West Virginia. What up, 77? There's some snowflakes in here. There are. Oh, you confirmed it? Now, if Kamalia has a sledgehammer, I'll be very disappointed. Exceptionally disappointed. You know, Kamalia comes across like, Kamalia comes across like, it's ready, willing, and able. You know? Oh my God, Porky, right? Well, if Hillary Clinton is fundraising for Biden, she's not doing that for free, son. No, I don't roll like that. You don't know, Jason, you don't know Russo. You don't know me. You're just coming into this. You're coming into this thing. I've been doing this thing. I predicted Trump in 16 when Wisconsin, Michigan, Pennsylvania, Ohio, Florida. I had Minnesota and Colorado. If Ivan McMillan wasn't there, he wins that. Maybe he does, maybe he doesn't. Who knows? Bomb is Trump's winning. Yeah. Substantially. Absolutely. 575. Big. Trump's winning big. And they're gonna joust. They're gonna joust him till they're gonna go at him till November 3rd. God bless you, Mike. God bless you. So presidential election, go back as far as 1912. He's going to win. Oh, you tweeted the memory? I hear you, Katie. You're a tough lady from West Virginia. That's what I hear. Gotcha, champ. Oh, you got to say you're on the Bing. You're on the Bing search engine. Presidential elections go back as far as 1912, are used to estimate the weight of primary performance. It was in 1912 that presidential primaries were introduced. That year, the candidate who won his party's primary vote, Woodrow Wilson, went on to defeat the candidate who lost his party's primary vote, William Howard Taft. As a rule, the candidate with the stronger primary performance wins against the candidate with the weaker primary performance. So Trump had the strongest primary performance than any candidate this year from the Democratic side. He had a bigger primary performance than Obama did. Everybody talks about Obama. His numbers were more than Obama's. And he's in the off year. I hear you, Katie, 100%. 100%. So, for elections from 1912 to 2016, the primary model picks the winner retroactively every time except in 60 and 2000. So, wow. You never know, right? But for elections prior to 52, all primaries were included. Beginning in 52, only the New Hampshire primary had been used as a rule. Wow. Joe. So Trump's Florida is a lock. Trump wins Florida. His electoral college map is going to be crazy. Well, Jason, right? Who runs Baltimore? I'm telling you, champ. For elections prior to 52, all primaries were included. Beginning in 52, only the New Hampshire primary. Yeah, if Trump gets 28 to 32% of the city vote, you know, if Trump gets 28 to 32% of the city vote, New York's in play. South Carolina has been added to elections since 2008. Election fraud has been going on for so long, champ. 204 before election even starts. That's what I'm talking about, right? Before it even starts. The lights get turned on. Trump's starting 249. This is crazy. 47, 48% of the vote. That's what I mean. What are you talking about, 757? There you go, Jason. About what, champ? Hillary won the popular vote. I'm telling you, neither have I, Katie. I agree. Neither have I. They make no sense. Both Obama then and Hillary in 16 enjoyed strong support in large, most loyal Democratic constituencies, African Americans, who are in few numbers in New Hampshire. So did Joe Biden this year, who relied on South Carolina as his firewall. Interesting. I like DeSantis, bro. I agree with you. Florida is red. I like that. So that's the firewall for Trump. The firewall for Trump is Florida, the Hispanic vote. That's the firewall for Trump. His Hispanic vote is up. I'm not, I would love to see the African American vote in double digits because that would be amazing. Florida stays red. I went to school. I went to school in Jersey, Katie. My family has a home in Jersey. My parents. Jason, Trump's Hispanic numbers are going up. I'm not too sure about because the African American vote is still not independent yet. Wow, Brooklyn, Katie, Brooklyn. I'm from Brooklyn. I'm telling you, Porky. I'm not saying he's going to get the majority of the Hispanic vote, but he's going to get more than he got in 16, and that's going to be his firewall. I'm telling you, the whole thing. That's going to be his firewall for the entire country. I'm telling you, champ. If he does that, I mean, that's going to be unbelievable, Katie. He got 8%, 16. If he gets like 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, oh, it's crazy. 70%? Oh, come on. You're telling me Trump's going to get 60% of the Hispanic vote? Wow. That would be, you're looking at the greatest margin of victory in the history of U.S. presidential elections. 38% in New Hampshire? Wow, Porky. AOC? I mean, AOC looks good. That's about it. I hear you, Pork. I hear you, my brother. 70% Spanish, Porky? Come on, bro. Really? North Carolina easily? Wow. Oh, so you think that's going to be a big thing, Katie? Okay. It could be. I hear you, Porky. Man, that would be amazing. And then we got to worry about 24. Oh, with the grace of God. Interesting. Okay. Get out of here, Porky. Really? That's what I'm talking about. Antoine Tucker? He's good, Mike? He's a Republican? Who is this guy? Antoine Tucker. Let's see. Yeah, Congress. Let's see. Yeah. Tucker vote. Wow. Let's see what his Twitter looks like. He's not mega, huh? Former gangster turned believer in God. Wow, what a story, huh? You think he's gonna push? Oh my God! I don't know who's worse, champ. Omar is she represents CAIR, the Council of American Islamic Relations. They're saying there's a lot. There's an indication that that's the truth. So look, don't worry about it, Katie. Right, Jason? So I found this thing now. The vectors with this Wuhan thing, right? So we got SARS. We talked about this. I will. I will, Katie. I'll give you a follow. Hey, I'll do it right now. Okay. So, so we're looking at the vectors, right? On this, because SARS happened in 2003, 2004. No vaccine. No problem. No problem, Katie. So let's look at SARS for a minute. So basically, we talked about this. This is Wikipedia. Okay. My PhD friends in physics use Wikipedia. So, and there's footnotes here like we talk about all the time. So the severe acute respiratory syndrome is a viral respiratory disease. And basically, it's the first identified strain of SARS. They call it SARS-CoV-1, right? And the syndrome caused in the 2002, 2004 SARS outbreak, right? Very cool, Katie. I never heard of him. Very cool. Very cool. So in 2017, Chinese scientists traced the virus through intermediary of Asian palm civets to cave-dwelling horseshoe bats. Very cool, Katie. In Wuhan, right? So SARS was a relatively rare disease. At the end of the epidemic in June of '03, the incidence was 8,422 cases with a case fatality rate of 11%. Wow, that's a lot. And that's what I'm talking about altogether. 2020. Yeah. Very cool, Katie. God bless you. In 2019, the related virus strain, severe acute respiratory syndrome, coronavirus 2, was discovered. This new strain causes COVID-19, a disease which brought about the COVID-19 pandemic. So this is where we are, right? Absolutely, Katie. So this is where we are, right? So we went through the vectors with China, and we believe that China, they quarantine they quarantined Wuhan, right? They hoarded the PPE, the the supplies that are used to treat the patients. They hoarded them. The whistleblowers. Oh, you do, Kate? Wow, it's mandatory. Wow. What up, Mike? So, right. So we got that, right, and then plus the journalists and the doctors that they're missing, right? And then we got this cover up with the WHO about the human to human transmission. They knew about it a lot sooner, and they never revealed it, right? I got it here. Oh, it's downstairs. I got it downstairs. So, right, and then we got Iran flying into China 55 times in February. BBC claiming that that's the Manwan Air, the right, put all lay it there. That's too funny. So that's too funny, Porky. So like the Porky's funny. So the BBC claims that the Manwan Air Iran has spreading the virus, and we got Fox News's General Keane claiming that he's highly confident that the Chinese Communist Party, seeing that this Wuhan virus is reducing their economy. They quarantine Wuhan and allow the Wuhan residents to travel the world to spread the virus and reduce other countries' economies, because China's economy is being reduced by the virus vis-a-vis the United States, right? Oh, she's going to get jealous, Porky. So, with that being said, I'm looking at this from a little different perspective. I'm not saying because it's, the red bikini, right, Porky? I'm not saying that worse than COVID-19. There's a girl that comes in, Katie. There's a girl that comes into the scope. Her name is Jilly, and she's from Florida, and she boasts about her red bikini. So everybody in the room goes crazy. Yeah, we never seen it. Jilly's red bikini, and then Porky went to, because she said she was in Panama Beach in Florida. Porky went there to see it, and she said she was wearing a black one. So, right, Mike? Okay, you don't boast. So, you were there. Porky was there looking for the red bikini. She said she came in the next day. She said she was wearing a black one. No show. So, they didn't report the human-to-human transmission timely. Did the WHO with China? They cover, according to German intel. I think German intel. Yeah, it is, Jason. How'd you know? So, according to the intel, there's a cover-up between the WHO and China on the release of the information on this COVID-19, right? It's pretty clear. So we looked at the vectors. We had Iran flying in 55 times with the IRGC, right? So into China, and we're saying they got so the IRGC got infected with the COVID in China, right? So from there, they flew to Tehran, Iran, and then from there they flew to Moscow. Because the three countries, Moscow was pretty much complicit, but they all were singing the same tune, lying about how the actual condition of their healthcare system, based on this COVID, the impact it was having on their healthcare system, wasn't very good in China, in Iran, and in Russia, but they were lying to the press about it and blaming America, right? So we're saying that one way or another, and Russia, we're saying, is complicit, and we're saying Iran conceivably, right, Porky, helped China spread this thing. And then from Moscow, we got Marwan Air flying into Caracas, and we have that vector. Marwan Air, they don't shut down to China. They're on the Silk Road China trade line, and they don't shut down China from coming in. And it was on steroids in Italia. Now, before I get into Italia for a minute, because this is why I'm going over another direction with this thing. So now, yeah, Bolton's not good. You're right, Katie. Bolton's not good. I agree. Trump's winning, Jason. So, Margarita Island, exactly, Porky. So we're flying from Moscow into Caracas. Maduro, the Bogota, Colombian-born Prime Minister of Venezuela, cooed the guy. I mean, it's beyond belief. With Tariq el-Hassami importing Hezbollah from Lebanon and giving 173 passports to radicalism. It's crazy, right? So now they're in Caracas. So they can either fly into Iran and infiltrate the United States with the COVID, the human bioweapons, the IRGC, and other Islamists, because it's like a Sunni Shiite nexus in Margarita Island, which is right off the coast of Caracas. And they can go into Bogota, and from Bogota they go into Panama Canal. They go into Costa Rica, El Salvador, Guatemala. They go past Guadalajara, Monterrey, and they go right into the United States. I'm telling you, Porky, this is real. They go right to the United States, either through San Diego, through Tucson, or Phoenix, Arizona. They got El Paso, Texas, New Mexico, El Paso, Texas, San Antonio, Houston. Then the vectors go right into okay. So right in from the vectors from Houston go right into New Orleans, Louisiana. Then we go past into Macon County, Alabama. A jihadi training camp was shut down by the federales over there. Nahaj Wahaj, his son, the 1993 unindicted co-conspirator in the World Trade Center bombing. Wow. Nuclear reactors or one of the nuclear weapons? Jason. One of their nuclear weapons, right? Thank you, Katie. Thank you for the invites. Thank you so much. That's very nice of you. So, from Macon County, Alabama, the federales, God bless you, Katie. The federales shut down the jihadi training camp, right? So from there, it's alongside Atlanta, Georgia, and then they keep going into Charlotte, North Carolina. That's where the Hezbollah training camp terror cell was in the 90s, and one of them came from Venezuela. One of the Hezbollah operatives that started this terror cell inside of. How do you think, Gary? Like, how do you think? So, right, it hits densely populated cities. New York, LA. And let me ask you, Gary, since you're on that subject, what's the demographics in New York City? This is not, I'm not deriving the Schrodinger equation. What's the demographics in New York City? Whites to non-whites. It's probably what, 55, 60 non-white to 40 white? Right? Juarez, exactly, Porky. Exactly. Juarez does hold ISIS terrorists. You're right. But Hezbollah, Hezbollah was there. Big league with a stockpile from the North African Middle Eastern region, according to U.S. versus Jamal. So we're in Charlotte, right? So that could be, without a doubt, Gary, an indicator why Black Lives Matter claims COVID is racist. The demographics in the city. I believe that, champ. Tom Fitton has some interesting, from Judicial Watch, has some interesting information. So now we're in Charlotte, North Carolina, and we're going into D.C. That's where, Anwar al-Awlaki, the 9/11 Imam was. That's how the terror cells, the 9/11 hijackers had their terror cells in San Diego, in San Antonio, and they would use these vectors to meet up with Anwar al-Awlaki, the 9/11 Imam. From there, they went to Philadelphia, right? The Philadelphia Mosque Conference with Omar Ahmad, Nahi Awad, the leaders that Congresswoman Omar and Congresswoman Tlaib love. The Council of American Islamic Relations was started before 9/11, okay? But they don't tell the truth, right? And then we go right into the streets of New York City. So this is how this whole thing goes, right? So now I'm looking at this thing a little differently. What's that, champ? So I'm looking at this thing a little differently now. So I'm saying, right, ISIS and Hezbollah, right? It's real. And Hezbollah and North Korea are working together. North Korea is teaching Hezbollah. In Mexico. That's crazy. Wow. I didn't see it, champ. No. Wrong. 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 So what we're saying is, right? We're saying is that basically I'm looking at this thing a little differently, right? I'm saying but there is no police brutality. You got 99.9% of cops are good. You got some young black youth that get themselves in horrific positions with the cops. They push back. The cops push back. Unfortunately, something happens, and the cops look bad. But meanwhile, we don't know the whole story. 9 times out of 10, the cops are right. It's true. That's a fact. Black on black crime is what see, because they're afraid if we actually solve these problems, like black on black crime in Chicago, that would bring the country together. And like Tupac says, white people, those same criminals that you're afraid of, black people are too. That's why I believe Black Lives Matter is self-serving. Black Lives Matter does not represent the black community in these cities. It just doesn't. They represent themselves. It's a ruse. Exactly, Mike. Exactly. Exactly. Exactly, champ. Black Lives Matter is a terrorist group, like Antifa. So I'm starting to look at this thing a little differently, right? So remember when cell phones first came out and, don't put the cell phone near your head. You're going to fry your brain. Don't put it, don't put it around your jewels, your private jewels, because you won't be able to have kids. And, right, Porky? So this is I'm thinking like there's something more to this thing than what we're being told. I'm sorry, I got to be so cynical about it because I feel like, I'm just thinking that this thing is like maybe 5G is in this equation and it's really, it's being poo-pooed in the open. I saw some articles. What are we talking about, Porky? What's up? Broadcasting what, Jason? So I'm saying that at this juncture, there's a lot of articles in the open domain saying that 5G's got nothing to do with the coronavirus. I'm not saying it does. I don't know. I'm not I'm not a doctor. I'm an amateur scientist. One day I'll be a full-fledged scientist. So right now, I don't know. But I'm looking at this thing a little differently. I'm saying, okay, because there have been some indications that if you do put that cell phone closely on your brain, it could affect you. There is some data coming out recently that confirms some of the speculation. Because initially at the time, the speculation was, well, I don't know. So the speculation was that it's not going to affect your brain. So people are putting the phone to their head. People are taking, I don't know, Gary. I don't know what you're talking about. No, you're going off into these. So I remember when these cell phones came out, don't put it on your head. Don't put it next to your jewels because you won't be able to have kids. The whole crazy stuff, right? And then up until recently now, they came out with some interesting science saying that there is a possibility that if you put these things to your head, you could be affecting your brain. I've seen a lot of information on the internet on this. I don't know, if it's scientific or, in other words, if it's in the frequentistic domain where it has had the experiments have had repeatable results. Right. So I found this article. It's a PDF. I'm going to read some of it, not all of it. It's 11 pages. Just interesting. Scientists and doctors warn of potential health effects of 5G. Now, I'm trying to find. I found this video. My friend of mine sent it. I'm trying to find the origin of this video that talks about Italia, the Italian doctors. They did the autopsies. They found it was not a virus but bacterial, and they changed the treatment protocols. And they, because they had all this fibrosis, this blood clotting, and they changed the the treatment. It was aspirin and blood thinners and inflammatories and they eventually they turned it around in Italia. Apparently, I don't know how true it is. This video it was professionally done. I can't seem to find the freaking origin of it. And the video, right? What time is it? No, it's almost 12 o'clock. They claimed that there was they turned it around so much in Italia that they sent home in one day like 14,000 patients. So they call this the 5G appeal. Scientists and doctors warn of potential serious health effects of 5G. So according to the video, they were claiming that the COVID, the SARS hybrid, was the 5G exacerbated the effects of the SARS. I don't know, but that's what they were claiming in the video. I don't know. All right. So I found this document in September of 2017, published. Scientists and doctors warn of potential serious health effects of 5G. We, the undersigned, more than 180 scientists and doctors from 36 countries, recommend a moratorium on the rollout of the fifth generation 5G. And understand now, there's 2G, 3G, 4G, 5G. Is this an accumulation? I don't know. For telecommunication with potential hazards for human health and the environment has been fully investigated by scientists independent from industry. All right, Jason, I don't know. Because apparently there's something to there's electromagnetic radiation, I think coming from the tower. 5G will substantially increase exposure to radio frequency electromagnetic fields, RF, EMF, on top of, this is interesting, right? On top of the 2G, 3G, 4G, Wi-Fi, etc. for telecommunications already in place. RF, EMF has been proven to be harmful for humans and the environment. 5G leads to increase of mandatory exposure to wireless radiation. So I don't know, I'm just going to read through some of these things, and we're going to continue to read through it and see where it takes us. 5G technology is effective only over short distance. It is poorly transmitted through solid material. Many new antennas will be required, and full-scale implementation will result in antennas every 10 to 12 hours in urban areas, thus massively increasing mandatory exposure. Wow, a lot of stronger radiation. With the ever more extensive use of wireless technologies, nobody can avoid to be exposed. Because on top of the increased number of 5G transmitters, even within housing, shops, and in hospitals, according to estimates, 10 to 20 billion connections in refrigerators, washing machines, surveillance cameras, self-driving cars, buses, etc., will be parts of the Internet of Things. All these together can cause a substantial increase in the total long-term RF EMF exposure to all EU citizens. So, right? Harmful effects. I'm not going to read the whole 11 pages, but this is interesting. Over 230 scientists from more than 400 countries, I think like 10 to 12 or 15 scientists from America signed this PDF, have expressed their serious concerns regarding the increasing exposure to EMF generated by electric and wireless devices already before. Wow. So the 230 scientists for more than 400, I don't know. We're going to try to see where this takes us. Over 230 scientists from more than 440 countries have expressed their serious concerns regarding the increasing exposure to electromagnetic fields generated by electric and wireless devices already before the additional 5G rollout. This is crazy, Jason, right? They refer to the fact that numerous recent scientific publications have shown that electromagnetic field affects living organisms at levels well below most international and national guidelines. Wow. So in other words, the national guidelines, and it's saying that if it doesn't go above the guidelines and it's below the guidelines, it's still adversely affecting the human organisms. I'm telling you, I don't know, but I'm looking at this like, remember when the cell phones came out? Don't Could you put it to your brain? Don't put it to your brain. You could put it to your brain. Then some of the doctors got involved, and you can't. Right. And then you find out later. I remember a commercial, I think it was on the internet or something, where a dude had the cell phones and he put eggs, and the eggs were cooking, the cell phones were cooking the eggs. God bless you, Mike. It's a crazy world we live in. We don't know who to believe, right? Unfortunately. Effects include increased cancer risk, cellular stress. Okay, Jason. Increase in harmful free radicals, genetic damages, structural and functional changes of the reproductive system, learning and military memory deficits, neurological disorders, and negative impacts on general well-being and human beings. Damage goes well beyond the human race, as there is growing evidence of harmful effects in both plants and animals. I'm telling you, champ, this is crazy. Right? Right? Don't take this if you got this, if you got this, if you got that. Don't get it. Could cause this. Why even take the friggin' thing, right? I hear you, brother. After the scientist's appeal was written in 2015, additional research has convincingly confirmed serious health risks from RF electromagnetic fields from wireless technology. I'm telling you. The world's largest study, $25 million, National Toxicology Program, NTP, shows statistically significant increase in the incidence of brain and heart cancer in animals exposed to EMF below. So it's below the standard. This is crazy. Below the International Commission on Non-Ionizing Radiation Protection. This is crazy. Right, Jason? These results support results in human, this friggin' word, I always get this word, epistological, I always get this word, epistological studies on RF radiation and brain tumor risk. A large number of peer-reviewed scientific reports demonstrate harm to human health from EMFs. The International Agency for Research on Cancer, the Cancer Agency of the Human Health Organization, in 2012 concluded that EMFs of frequencies 30 kilohertz to 300 gigahertz are possibly carcinogenic to humans. Exactly, Jason. Exactly. That could be happening here. Same with us, right? Exactly. That's how I'm thinking. However, new studies like the NTP study mentioned above and several other investigations, including the latest studies on mobile phone use and brain cancer risk, confirm that RF EMF radiation is carcinogenic to humans. The Euro EMF Guideline 2016 states there is strong evidence that long-term exposure to certain EMFs is a risk factor for diseases such as certain cancers, Alzheimer's disease, male infertility, common EHS electromagnetic hypersensitivity symptoms include headaches, concentration difficulties, sleep problems, depression, lack of energy, fatigue, flu-like symptoms. I just read this just now. I don't know. Flu-like symptoms. An increasing part of the European population is affected by ill health symptoms because don't forget, we got 2G, 3G, 4G, 5G now. The rollout, the 5G rollout. An increasing part of the European population is affected by ill health symptoms that have for many years been linked to exposure to EMF. Right, Mike? Wireless radiation in the scientific literature. The International Scientific Declaration on EHS and Multiple Chemical Sensitivity. Well, I'm not saying that. We're going to read, we're going to research, we're going to read, we're going to research. That's how we're going to do this. We don't jump to conclusions. We look for statistically significant data, right? Now, this is really unbelievable, this 5G appeal. So the international, they're mixing radio waves now. Okay. The International Scientific Declaration on EH and Multiple Chemical Sensitivity, MCS, Brussels 2015, declares that in view of our present scientific knowledge, we thereby stress all national and international bodies and institutions. Right. And they poo-pooed it. And there's it's like everything else. Obama's birth certificate is fake, and they poo-poo it. They got the websites. It's like counterintelligence. You got intelligence, counterintelligence, counter to the counterintelligence, and everybody leaves it alone. I guess people just give up. People just give up and say, "Oh, okay, that cell phone to my brain is not going to fry my brain." And then 4 years later, you see a commercial where somebody's frying eggs on cell phones. It's like what Jason said. Some of these other with asbestos and some of these other. Unfortunately, it's not funny, but there's a lot of truth to that. They figured it all out, right, Jason? That's a great point. To recognize EHS and MCS are true medical conditions. I'm not saying now, champ, let's not get this twisted. I'm not saying that this is the cause of SARS plus, coronavirus, COVID-19. We're looking at, could this contribute? Listen to my language. May this contribute, may this, what's the word I use? Exacerbate. May this exacerbate, these words, may this exacerbate SARS plus and turn it into SARS plus. SARS was here. Does 5G make this a SARS plus? I don't know. So we're trying to see. So we got so far, it could create sleep problems, depression, lack of energy, fatigue, and flu-like symptoms, 5G. Does that mean it's COVID? Right? No. Come on. Right? Everybody, no. I didn't say, it could cause brain tumor, right? I didn't say that. Oh, come on, Jason. They're saying, the scientists say it could cause brain, it does say that. Brain cancer, yes. Increased 5G. Because they say 2G, 3G, 4G, 5G, Wi-Fi. It's like an overload, Jason, right? So wait, I'm going to read this half. Absolutely, my brother. To recognize EHS and MCS as true medical conditions, which acting as sentinel diseases may create a major public health concern. I'm reading this again. An increasing part of the European population is affected by ill health symptoms that have for many years been linked to exposure to EMF and wireless radiation in the scientific literature. The International Scientific Declaration on EHS and Multiple Chemical Sensitivity, MCS, Brussels 2015, that's Belgium, declares that, in view of our present scientific knowledge, we thereby stress all national and international bodies and institutions to recognize EHS and MCS, scientific declaration, as true medical conditions. Okay, I don't know. Which acting as sentinel diseases may create a major public health concern in years to come worldwide. And all countries implementing unrestricted use of electromagnetic field-based wireless technologies and marketed chemical substances. Inaction is a cost to society and is not an option anymore. We unanimously acknowledge this serious hazard to public health. That major primary prevention measures are adopted and prioritized to face this worldwide pandemic in perspective. So they're predicting a pandemic in 2017 with this 5G appeal. Now we know that 5G has a big appeal in the business community. The speed of information alone with 5G, apparently, it's my understanding. I'm not an expert on 5G, but what I'm hearing is 5G has a tremendous appeal to the business world. Precautions. I'm going to read a few more paragraphs and we'll call this, we'll read more tomorrow. Precautions. The precautionary principle, the UN ESCO, was adopted in 2005 when human activities may lead to morally unacceptable harm that is scientifically plausible, probably. So when human activities may lead to morally unacceptable harm that is scientifically plausible but uncertain, actions shall be taken to avoid or diminish that harm. Take all reasonable measures to reduce exposure to electromagnetic fields, especially to radio frequencies from mobile phones, and particularly the exposure to children and young people who seem to be most at risk from head tumors. Assembly strong recommendations that the ALARA, as low as reasonably achievable, principle is applied, covering both the so-called thermal effects and the athermic, non-thermal, or biological effects of electromagnetic emissions or radiation, and to improve risk assessment standards and quality. Now, so they're talking about a global pandemic 2 years ago in this 5G appeal. Interesting. The Nuremberg Code applies to all experiments on humans, thus including the rollout of 5G with new higher RF EMF exposure. All such experiments should be based on previous knowledge, an expectation derived from animal experiments that justifies the experiment. No experiment should be conducted where there is where there's an priori reason to believe that death or disability injury will occur, except perhaps in those experiments where the experimental physicians also serve as subjects. Already published scientific studies show that there is a priori reason to believe in real health hazards. The European Environmental Agency is warning for radiation risk from everyday devices in spite of the radiation being below. So the radiation is below these bodies, these agencies' standards, below the WHO, ICNIRP standards. The EEA concludes there are many examples of the failure to use precautionary principle in the past, which have resulted in serious, often irreversible damage to health and environments. Harmful exposures can be widespread before there is both convincing evidence of harm from long-term exposures and biological understanding of how that harm is caused. So I'm going to read just a little more and we'll call it a night on this. I'm going to go to bed. The current ICNIRP safety guidelines are obsolete. All proofs of harm mentioned above arise although the radiation is below the ICNIRP safety guidelines. Therefore, new safety guidelines are necessary. The reason for the misleading guidelines is that the conflict of interest of the ICNIRP members due to their relation. See, this is a problem. I'm telling you, look at this. The 5G appeal. This is why I don't believe what's going on here. I don't have incontrovertible truth. I don't have science, frequentistic experiments in the frequentistic domain where there's repeatable results. You have the placebo and the clinical trials. I don't have anything like that. I'm reading this article here. The reason for the misleading guidelines. So in other words, they're finding that there's hazardous harm, health hazards occurring in people, individuals, with RF EMF frequencies below the ICNIRP safety guidelines. And the reason for the misleading guidelines is that the conflict of interest of the ICNIRP members due to their relationships with telecommunications or electric companies undermine the impartiality that should govern the regulation of public exposure standards for non-ionizing radiation. To evaluate cancer risks, it is necessary to include scientists with competence in medicine, especially oncology. The current ICNIRP WHO guidelines for EMF are based on obsolete hypothesis that the critical effect of RF EMF exposure relative to human health and safety is heating of exposed tissue. However, scientists have proven that many different kinds of illness and harms are caused without heating, non-thermal effect at radiation levels well below the ICNIRP guidelines. We urge the European Union to take all reasonable measures to halt the 5G RF EMF expansion until independent scientists can assure that 5G and the total radiation levels caused by RF EMF, 5G together with 2G, 3G, 4G, and Wi-Fi will not be harmful for EU citizens, especially infants, children, and pregnant women, as well as the environment. To recommend that all EU countries, especially their radiation safety agencies, follow Resolution 1815 and inform citizens, including teachers, physicians, about health risks from RF EMF radiation, how and why to avoid wireless communication, particularly in near daycare centers, schools, homes, workplaces, hospitals, and elderly care. To appoint immediately, without industry influence, an EU task force of independent, truly impartial EMF and health scientists with no conflicts of interest to reevaluate the health risks and to decide about new, safe, maximum total exposure standards for all wireless communication within EU, to study the total and cumulative exposure affecting EU citizens, to create rules that will be prescribed and enforced within the EU about how to avoid exposure exceeding new EU maximum total exposure standards concerning all kinds of EMFs in order to protect citizens, especially infants, children, and pregnant women, to prevent the wireless telecom industry through its lobbying organizations from persuading EU officials to make decisions about further propagation of RF radiation, including 5G in Europe, to favor and implement wired digital telecommunications instead of wireless. And here's the signatures. Now in America, they're from all the countries, talking about hundreds of scientists. This is a global appeal. The United States has, let's see, wow, look at the amount of scientists. 1, 2, so there's 4, 8. Wow. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. 22 scientists from America are on this 5G appeal. Wow. It's crazy. Crazy. So I'm going to do further research on this. So basically, I read the entire letter that they sent to the EU, and we're going to do more research on this thing. This is really interesting, and we'll have more information on the Mandalay Bay shooting, because that vector will help move us forward in the question, to answer the question: does the deep state exist? And then obviously the vectors on the Russian bounty intel was pretty clear and convincing. We had vectors from all different perspectives, so they're pretty interesting. So we're going to continue on this thrust tomorrow, and some other stuff as well in the open domain. This is Frankie Russo. Thank you all for the visit. 77 and Porky and Katie and Justin, and God bless you all. God bless the men and women of the United States Armed Forces. Thank you for your service. Hey, Ronnie Rice in my scope. So we're getting out of here. God bless the men and women of the United States Armed Forces. Thank you for your service. Thank you for providing me the freedom I love and that's broadcast. Thank you so much. God bless the greatest country on the planet, America, and God bless our great President, Donald John Trump. We got to reelect our great President, Donald John Trump, November 3rd, 2020. This is Frankie Russo coming at you straight out of Brooklyn. I'll see you tomorrow night. We're going to continue on this thrust of the 5G appeal, and we're seeing if there's any connection. I'm not saying that the 5G caused COVID, please. I don't have no information on that. We're just looking at